I haven't actually submitted any records requests, but I have been doing a little bit of research about different duties for different people on the county level. One of the things that continually concerns me on a county level is why, if we look at the sheriff's job description, according to the state of Idaho, there's a list of duties that the sheriff is supposed to comply with, and that is he's supposed to meet in his job description. And these things that he has been asking for this last year are outside of his job description. One of them, he'd like to do more with the fairgrounds. He pretty much would like to control the fairgrounds. He has illegally spied on executive sessions through a deputy that is supposed to be on a detail to protect Asia Williams. We have a sheriff with his son-in-law who has been working with the Bonner County Fair Board. That seems to be inconsistent with what Idaho would require for nepotism. We have a sheriff who organized a secret organization out of the public eye with a group of elected officials. And with that group of elected officials, we have one of the board members who had privileged information and had a Bonner County email before they were elected as a public official. I don't think I could get a Bonner County email before I'm elected as a public official. We have, I would like to know if all three commissioners are afforded the same legal counsel as one of our commissioners who has a paralegal assigned to them. So,
excuse me, what did you just say?
I would like to know if all three of our commissioners have equal access to legal as one of our commissioners who has been assigned a paralegal or who has a paralegal.
And who is that paralegal?
Mr. Bauer.
Who is he assigned to? Making statements that aren't true doesn't make it true. So if you're trying to allege, which I'm going to actually,
I'm addressing the board.
The whole list of what has been said here. Saying things that are not true doesn't make it true. So show me where you're saying that the prosecutor's office assigned Scott Bauer.
Is there a prosecutor's office? Is there a member of the prosecutor's office?
If I could.
If you're going to stand there and lie, show the evidence.
Is there a member of the prosecutor's office here now?
Where did you get your evidence? You don't need it because you made the statement. So say where you got the information from.
Commissioner Williams.
Where did you get your information from? Where did you get your information from, Patty?
Is there a member of the prosecutor?
Miss Omodt.
So it's a lie.
Commissioner Williams.
On it until you have proof. Because a lot of you have just said things that are halfway through, but you stand up there making an allegation. You should be able to say it in real time or don't say it at all.
I reclaim my time. Thank you.
I reclaim that you should take the advice and not make statements that are not true.
Ms. Williams.
It is Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Omodt. You need to be honest with it. And there is no relationship. And it's the same thing that Clerk Rosedale asked me. The attorney that I use is the same that the board uses, Bill Wilson. There is nobody assigned to Asia Williams. So where did you get your lie from, or do you just make it up? You made it up.
Thank you. I'd like to reclaim my time.
Ms. Omodt, you may continue.
Okay.
We have been directed by legal counsel that the public comment section is a First Amendment right. And this individual intends to honor it. But for all of those that are here, that is your First Amendment right. But ordinance also says we are not to engage with you. Please proceed, Ms. Omodt.
I'm going to be clear because this is getting a little frustrating. What you're doing is you're saying people that will come up here and be negative to Asia, you'll respond to and you'll interact with. And I'm being patient with it because I'm going to go through everything that has been said. And so the inconsistency of how this meeting is run is unreasonable because quite frankly, the moment she starts personally attacking somebody, I don't care that she's your mom. You're supposed to say that's not what this meeting is for. But I'm going to sit through it because we're going to let everybody air out all this crap that they want to say about Asia Williams, which has nothing to do with my job, but I will answer it. So since you don't choose to rein in exactly what you read before, where it's, we're going to call a sergeant at arms or we're going to kick you out of the meeting. It should say, unless you're going to say something negative about Asia, because that's what you're doing right now. So go ahead and continue. I can answer it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Welly was allowed to have time. Miss Omodt will be allowed to have time. Mr. Moore will be allowed to have time. Mr. Hutchins is going to be allowed to have time. I am going to honor the First Amendment rights as Sheriff Darrell Wheeler proudly proclaimed from that microphone previously. And I also intend to honor the Fourth Amendment today. Ms. Omodt, please proceed in this meeting.
Okay, I have a few more questions about the sheriff's duties and what his work entails. I would like to know why we have a duplication of services for the IT department. That is a question I've wanted to know. I've always wanted to know. I remember back in the meeting, back in the fall, back in the early part of the year, the sheriff got up and asked if he and Mr. Bauer could control the federal funds coming in and out of the community. And I think Commissioner Bradshaw responded to that, and there was a vote regarding the funding that came in and out of the community. And the sheriff did not get the vote he wanted. And when he didn't get the vote he wanted, he stood up and he said, I'm going to ask the feds to come in. And does anybody else remember that? Thank you. So I'd like to know if we're following our job descriptions or if we are working outside of our job descriptions, trying to attain power that doesn't belong to us in the community. And I'd like to know information. Somebody mentioned an IOCC or this group. What is this group? And who are the elite people that were on this group in Bonner County? Is there any information that can be given out to the public regarding a private information or private group that was gathering together to determine public what we should do? I mean, how things should react in Bonner County. Is there any information regarding that? That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Omodt.